Special counsel Christopher Ferrara doesn't think so, and he joins us now to explain. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me on.
The press secretary for New York's governor says, quote, Governor Hochul is doing everything in her power to protect New Yorkers and combat the Delta variant by increasing vaccine rates across the state. Requiring vaccination of healthcare workers is critical to this battle. Christopher, how do you respond?
Well, these medical professionals we represent, doctors, medical students who have graduated and are in residence, nurses, a technologist, a physician's liaison, they all worked with normal precautions for COVID-19 in the various hospitals and institutions, and that was perfectly fine. In fact, these people were hailed as heroes of the front line in the battle against COVID. Now suddenly they're pariahs because of a blatantly unconstitutional vaccine mandate that overrides the protections of federal law under Title VII, sweeps aside the state human rights laws and the city's human rights law in favor of this incredible demand that these professionals who know the science of immunology, who know about vaccinations and are not anti-vaxxers, they must be compelled, according to this mandate, to submit to this vaccination or they're ruined. They're fired, their admitting privileges are taken away.
Right.
They will not be able to find employment anywhere in the state of New York because of this mandate. And that's an obvious violation of their religious liberty. They're united by the common belief that they can have nothing to do with these vaccines because of their connection to abortion. Fetal cell lines are used in the development, the testing, and even the production of these vaccines. And they also have the belief that the state cannot compel someone who makes a risk-benefit assessment as to his or her own physical health to receive a vaccine. It's a violation of their conscience, and they hold that belief with a religious conviction as well. And this vaccine mandate overrides standard protections. Even California's vaccine mandate has a religious exemption built into it. So that should tell you something about how draconian New York's mandate is.
From the Associated Press, the court paper said all the available vaccines employ aborted fetus cell lines in their testing, development, on production. But religious leaders have disagreed over the issue, and the Vatican issued a statement last year saying the vaccines were, quote, morally acceptable. Do the opinions of the Vatican or other religious leaders matter to your clients?
It's fundamental religious discrimination law that one has a personal religious belief that is entitled to protection. It doesn't matter what a particular denomination says. The EEOC guidance makes it clear that your personal religious conviction is what controls here. You may even be departing from the belief of other members of your denomination. You don't even have to belong to a denomination. These are all facts that the judge has taken into consideration in granting a temporary restraining order. The state of New York has crossed the line here, and the TRO, the temporary restraining order, basically says, step back. And now there's going to be a hearing on a preliminary injunction coming up.
Attorneys general from at least 24 states are threatening to sue over President Biden's vaccine requirement. Do you expect they'll win?
I agree with Alan Dershowitz that it doesn't have a chance of surviving serious judicial review. Even if a district judge upholds it, the circuit courts, and ultimately, if necessary, the Supreme Court will strike it down. He has no authority to do what he's doing.
From NBC News, Biden's COVID vaccine mandate plan is constitutional, whatever his GOP critics say. As the Supreme Court has long held, Americans do not have a constitutional right to harm their fellow citizens by refusing vaccines and serving as disease vectors. How do you respond?
I don't know what kind of law he's citing here. That's not a statement of any legal principle I recognize. What the law recognizes is a couple of things. It recognizes religious liberty. So if there's a vaccine mandate and you're exempting secular activities, in New York's case, they're allowing medical exemptions, you must treat religion on the same basis. Disparate treatment of religion requires a compelling state interest. It's not present here. I have no idea what he's talking about in terms of disease vectors. Perhaps he's referring to the 1905 Jacobson decision, which is antiquated and was abandoned by the Supreme Court in the process of declaring former Governor Cuomo's church closures blatantly unconstitutional. There's just no justification for this disparate treatment of religion when it comes to these 17 medical professionals.
Christopher Ferrara, we look forward to following your case. Thanks so much for your time. Have a wonderful weekend, sir.
Thank you.